Central District Board of Directors will meet in regular session on Thursday, May 21st, 2026 at 7 o'clock p.m. in the auditorium at the Brownsville Area High School, 1 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA, for general purposes. We're going to do our roll call.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Here. Here. Pledge of Allegiance, please. So this is our favorite part of our jobs. We have some very special guests this evening, and I am now going to turn it over to Dr. Martin.
Good evening. We have two batches from the elementary school. We're going to start with April Students of the Month, starting with kindergarten, Luna Kurtz. First grade, Sadie Morgan. Second grade, Zaya Vernon. Third grade, Richard Graham. Fourth grade, Talia Peck. Fifth grade, Michael Harden. And our teacher of the month is Mrs. Megan Lent. May kindergartner of the month, Ari Bradley. First grade, Henry Smith. Second grade, Reese Bram. Third grade, Emiliano Hernandez. Fourth grade, Nova Lewis. Fifth grade, Renly DeRazio. And our main teacher of the month is Mrs. Deanna Schoaf. Our middle school students of the month, sixth grade, Leah Pasquale. Seventh grade, Lincoln Smith. Eighth grade, Aviana Hernandez. And our teacher of the month, Mrs. Kay Kovach. Our high school students of the month, ninth grade, Gianna Pinardi. 10th grade, Taven Terninsky. 11th grade, Aaron Milne. In 12th grade, Travion Broadwater. And our Teacher of the Month, Mr. William Karwoski. Next, we want to recognize PJAS. We are so proud of our Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science participants. They are here tonight. They have worked so hard all year, dedicating their time and energy to science projects. They earned first place at regionals and advanced to the state competition. First place at states, we have Ariana Johnson, Gianna Bernardi, and Daryl Redmond. Congratulations.
Are they here?
Come on
Stand
up.
up.
Yeah. Line the stage. Great. Second place at states, seniors Lizzie McCune, Emily Dolan, and Caitlin Miskey. Caitlin is also the recipient of the 4-year state, is it a Perseverance Award? Good job, good job. Congratulations. Sophomores, Nonali Bryant, Taven Terninsky, Emma Bailey, and Olivia Seeley. Freshmen, Ariana Johnson, Gianna Pinardi, and Reagan Gammon.
Getting used to this walk. Gonna wear the runway.
I love it. 8th grade, Jillian Little, Daryl Redmond, Hannah Lawrence, Zoe Koffler, and John Kovach. Seventh grade, Lincoln Smith. Special thank you to Kathy Lasik, our high school sponsor, and Nick Cito, our middle school sponsor. Appreciate you escorting all the students to Penn State campus throughout the competition. Once again, congratulations. Big round of applause for all of our students.
Folks, we have a lot of great things going on in the district. Oh, we missing something? Oh. Oh, SIA.
Bring them up.
That's perfect.
So we have SIA, is that what? Students in Action. Oh, I think we have,
Is there someone introduced? Okay, perfect.
all right, perfect. Yep, you have a microphones there, and whenever you're ready, go ahead.
My name is Tyler Glumack. I am in 11th grade. In the Student Impact Alliance program, our mission is to enhance the quality of life within our schools and communities by fostering collaborative environments, promoting overall well-being, and cultivating a sense of belonging. Since the early 2000s, the Student Impact Alliance has been a vital part of the community, implementing service projects such as the amphitheater, the teen space at the library, the food pantry within the school, the weekend snack pack, and the Falcon Friends mentoring program.
Good evening, I'm Olivia Seeley. I'm in 10th grade and this is my second year of SIA. Within Brownsville Student Impact Alliance, our passion is empowering minds, nurturing bodies, and strengthening our community one Falcon at a time. Throughout our work, we have made meaningful impact on countless students and families by providing essential resources such as our weekly snack packs, school supplies, hygiene carts in the bathrooms, and our mentoring program, Falcon Friends. This has created a space that is supportive throughout the school, fostering empathy, acceptance, and a stronger sense of belonging among students. Some of my fellow SIA members, Taven, Lena, Bree, and myself, were part of the very first generation of Falcon Friends. We all agree that this program has impacted our lives in many meaningful ways, and that experience inspired us to become mentors ourselves. Recently, we interviewed some of our current Falcon Friends students, and every one of them said that they see their future becoming a high school mentor. In addition, we have strengthened community connections through valuable partnerships with organizations such as Community Action Food Bank and other dedicated community stakeholders. Together, these efforts have allowed us to create lasting support systems that empower students both inside and outside of school.
Good evening, my name is Regan Gammon. I'm a freshman and this is my first year of SIA. Through our partnership with Point Park University, several of our members have had the opportunity to collaborate with SIA groups from other school districts to promote mental health awareness and strengthen our Falcon Friend mentoring program. Through the Suicide Prevention Training, QPR, we gained valuable skills in early intervention, learning how to recognize warning signs, support our peers, and listen with empathy and understanding. In a smaller alliance within SIA, my peers Taven and Olivia and I are representatives for our team. Throughout the school year, we met monthly with representatives from other schools involved in SIA, where we worked to achieve a specific goal together. Our target focus this year was peer-to-peer counseling and mental health. We were given the opportunity to tour the Neighborhood Academy, a faith-based college preparatory school designed to break the cycle of generational poverty. This networking experience gave us the opportunity to learn from the successes of other districts, helping guide us in strengthening and expanding our own activities and initiatives.
Good evening. My name is Ava Rowland and I'm a junior at the high school. This is my third year doing SIA. Through our partnership with the Republic Food Bank, our team will continue providing weekend snack packs throughout the summer to help combat food insecurity within our district. Team members will volunteer their time to package and distribute supplies during the summer lunch program, ensuring that our students continue to have access to food even when school is not in session. In addition, we will continue stocking and maintaining our outdoor food pantry box so that families in need always have access to essential items. Beyond meeting physical needs, our mentoring program will remain dedicated to supporting and uplifting our youth by providing guidance, encouragement, and meaningful connections. Our mission is not limited to a single season or school year. It is an ongoing commitment to caring to our community and ensuring that no child feels forgotten or unsupported. Thank you for your time.
Folks, we have fantastic students and teachers in this district, and this is why we're here. So please, one more enormous round of applause for our students and teachers. Thank you so much. Is that all the groups, Jody? Okay, very good. Mr. Brashear, I believe, has a public service announcement.
Now's your time to bail out. Or you can stay and be bored.
You're more than welcome.
Go now, or be here for about 3 hours.
So, yes, so now, as Mr. Brashear said, it's now your time to bail. But again, thank you all so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of the school year. Okay. Okay. All right. Jody, I believe we are going to move into public remarks on agenda and non-agenda items. And if we have some folks that are signed up this evening, we can start taking those folks. Okay, thank you.
I see by the sign-in sheet it says, my name says,
Nick, microphone, Nick. We can't hear you. There you go.
I wanted to say, I see by the sign-in sheet it says retirement by my name, so I just wanted to dispel any fears. I'm not retiring just yet. Before I start, I want to congratulate the band's performance at Pigeon Forge and PJAS students' performance at States. I also wanted to thank the Brownsville Historical Society for allowing the 8th graders to come to the castle free of charge. That was great opportunities for the student, and it represented us well. Today you're voting on the retirement of a dear colleague and a friend of mine who has not only been deeply important to the district, but has left a great impact on me personally. I'm here to speak about the profound and lasting impact that Ms. Haddad has had on my life and the life of so many students. As many of you know, I graduated from Brownsville High School, class of 2020, and after completing 4 years at university, I have the privilege of coming back here and teaching. It was nearly 7 years ago that I sat in Ms. Haddad's 11th grade English classroom. I remember very clearly being warned about the rigor of her course and receiving summer assignments that felt Herculean, including reading 3 full books. So for a 16-year-old version of myself, that felt like a monumental task. And I spent a great deal of that summer reading, writing essays, and contemplating if I could meet that standard. At the end of my junior year, when I had a brief free period due to a dual enrollment course, Ms. Haddad approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in helping teach a class for a week. She knew I was interested in going to school for education, and that is one of Ms. Haddad's greatest qualities as an educator. She goes above and beyond to not only teach what's outlined in the curriculum, but to guide students and support them in school and in life. With approval, I got to create lessons, materials, assessments, and for the first time I got to feel like what it is to be in front of a classroom. And it helped set me on a course to where I am today. When I returned to Brownsville as a teacher, she became not just a former teacher, but a mentor, a colleague, and a friend. And she helped guide me through my first year, and I could always call her for any advice. And it's not an exaggeration to say that I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for her influence. She demanded excellence from people, and more importantly, she showed me and many other people that we could reach that excellence. So on behalf of myself and the countless students that her life has shaped, I want to congratulate her on that extraordinary career, and I wish her joy and fulfillment in her retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cito. Appreciate those kind remarks. Mrs. Gibble.
First off, I want to say congratulations to all of our students, not only with that class, but to all the different programs that we're seeing in the district. There are too many to name this evening. But this is what I was talking about Brownsville and the community. And I was out here Monday night, and I was told that you guys voiced brought to my attention yet again by several people, and some people genuinely cannot stand here and publicly speak. And so, Dorsey, you're not wrong. People should, but some people genuinely are afraid. When they watch somebody sit there and say that I was chastising the board on Monday night, you know how humiliated I was? Whenever I'm genuinely pointing out a pattern, if I can pick this pattern out as somebody who is supposedly uneducated, and all of you have educations, especially this administration, don't you think that's concerning? Y'all got the college degree, I don't. I have a GED, sir. So, like, I'm not even equivalent to your high school student, technically. So, if I can pick out these discrepancies and these patterns, I'm coming to you for a resolution. We have to start doing something about the seriousness of the bullying in this district, especially student among student behavior. And yes, parents should be held accountable as much as students, but there has to be clear-cut transparency. The same student has been in trouble several times for fighting. Why is the same student still here? But yet, we'll ship students out with behavioral problems because they have autism, and I'm not saying because we can't handle it. Well, we can't handle a child, like, because of autism, we can't handle the children's disruption they have. It's not a safe place. It's too loud in a classroom. So they have special classrooms. But then we have children who are outbursts, angry, fighting, constant fights. There was one student in the 8th grade, I believe, has had 6 fights just this year. 6. Still in this district. Where's the safety and concern for our teachers? Why can't our teachers get our education? Why can't our scores get up on the classrooms? How do you teach when the classrooms are in disruption? Cell phones wasn't a fix because we still are dealing with it. There needs to be a serious evaluation on how the discipline is being handled.
Thank you, Mrs. Gibble. Ms. Rowland, Mr. Glumack.
Good evening. My name is Ava Roll, and I'm a junior at the high school. It has been brought to my attention that we are talking about cutting advanced classes such as CHS, architecture, AP physics, organic chemistry, and honor statistics. I am currently in the process of applying to the Naval Academy, and these cuts will significantly hurt my chances of getting in. I would like to express my concern regarding the decision to cut these advanced placement classes from our school curriculum. While I understand the budget limitations and scheduling challenges can make difficult decisions necessary, reducing AP opportunities harms students academically, financially, and personally. AP classes provide students with access to rigorous coursework that prepares them for college-level expectations. These classes help students develop critical thinking, time management, and skills that are essential for success after high school. Without these opportunities, many students may enter college less prepared and face greater academic difficulties. The removal of AP classes also negatively impacts student motivation and future opportunities. Many colleges look for students who challenge themselves academically, and AP coursework demonstrates dedication and readiness for higher education. By limiting these classes, the district risks placing students at a disadvantage compared to students in neighboring districts that continue to offer strong AP programs. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Tyler Glumack. I'm in the 11th grade. Cutting AP classes also makes our school less competitive compared to surrounding districts. Other schools that continue to expand and support AP and academic programs will attract more motivated students and families seeking stronger education opportunities. Having less AP classes also hurts students when looking for colleges, because colleges look for students who have taken these high-level classes, and some colleges even require higher-level classes, like with Ava going to the Naval Academy. And our students would be at a disadvantage when they have had less compared to everybody else. This can damage our school's reputation and make it harder for students here to compete for college admissions, scholarships, and future careers. Instead of falling behind other districts, our school should strive to provide equal or better opportunities for its students. Beyond academics, AP classes often create environments where highly motivated students can collaborate, grow, and feel challenged. Eliminating these courses may leave many students feeling unsupported in their educational goals and may reduce overall academic achievement within the district. I respectfully urge the school board to reconsider these cuts and explore alternative solutions that preserve AP opportunities for students. Investing in advanced education is an investment in the future success of our students and the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ava and
Mr.
Tyler, I want you both to know that I do agree with you 1,000%. And I firmly believe that we have to figure this out.
Yeah,
And I
we-
also agree with that. Like, this has to be fixed. AP classes, college and high school classes, they are super important, and we need to make sure that we keep them.
We need to figure it out.
And just to add, I think I don't want to speak for the board, but I think we're all in agreement on this, and we actually had an extensive academic discussion in executive session on Monday, and we are looking at all options, because I couldn't agree with you more. And thank you again, our students are fantastic, so.
So I just want to, for a fact, right now, as it stands this very minute, the classes that they mentioned, we are not offering in 26, 27. That is a fair statement today. I know we're working it, but as it stands right now today, we are not offering those classes. Is that a fair statement?
I don't think that's a fair
No,
statement.
I wouldn't say that's
I
a
would
fair
not say
statement.
that.
I think,
Yeah. We are not offering them today.
That's not 100% on either.
Mr. President, point of order. I concur on what the students have just spoken about. In fact, I think I emailed some of them. I'm in support of that. I don't know where we are with that, but I know we're trying to move forward with that because the educated students as yourself, we want you to be able to excel. So we don't want to leave that door open. We are working on that. How long it's going to take, I don't know, but we're working on it. We started Monday night, we started to talk about it, as a couple of board members already said. So we hear you, and we appreciate you coming up and saying those things. That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
that's a great point. And I think, back to Mr. Gammon's point, I think, just with the discussion we had around dual enrollment and just the AP piece, I would say, right, that. I don't know if that's a fair statement, but I think, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And I do want to say one more thing, Mr. President, and there are some things that need worked on, bullying and those kind of things, absolutely. But the news that we've got from the Rutledge Academy is we were one of the finer schools as far as education. Would I be wrong in making that statement with Dr. Martin, from what I heard Monday night? That our teachers and our schools above some of the surrounding schools that are really close to us, and I'm not going to name them, but we're at a different level and not a bad level. Am I right? Am I right?
I would.
If I'm wrong, please correct me.
No, I think that is a fair statement.
So there's parts of us that we need a lot of work on. There's no question. Every school's having troubles, and we're having them too. But as I said Monday night, the school board only meets twice a month. We only hear these things when we're here. We cannot act as one. I can't go out on the street and make things happen for you. It has to happen in this room with 9 board members or at least 5. And in my 31 years here, I'll say it again, as I always do, this is probably one of the most workable boards that I've ever worked with. I mean, that has the right intentions. We agree to disagree. We don't always agree with each other. But there's no fighting and arguing that it was for years when I being on the board. So I can say we all work together. We all respect each other's views. And that's the advantage the students get. But we're only in session twice a month. We cannot act only when we're here. So thank you, Mr. President.
No, thank you.
We need to figure this one out.
And I agree, we need to figure this out.
it
We
out.
need to put a timeline on the wall within the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
And I would be full favor of a special meeting if that was required because we needed to spend some money or something like that for this. But if we can't discuss this, we need to action it and put a date on the wall. These kids need to know what's going on. There's decisions that are gonna need to be made for these kids. If there's a class that you need to get into the Naval Academy and for whatever reason we can't offer it, we need to let you know that right now as a senior. So I would love to see a date put on the wall within the next couple weeks.
I think, Mr. Gammon, we spend a lot of money on a lot of stuff, and we need to figure this out.
Right.
I would also like to make sure that these classes are also if it can be fit into the schedule. I'd really like to see this, make sure that the same teachers that are scheduled, that have had classes for however many years, I would really like to make sure that that still stays the same as well.
And also to concur, Ms. Bogle, if you look at the surrounding schools, they're laying people off. This board balanced the budget. We have, I'm gonna say, $600,000 surplus for the first time. Not because we cut things, I mean, but look at the other schools, Lower Highlands, Uniontown, and please don't run to them and say I put them down, because I didn't. I'm just saying that our teachers teach, we get things in the paper, but look what's around you. So I commend these school board members and our teachers and our administrators for getting where we are. Do we have troubles? I keep saying yes. So we have to make it better, but our head's above water right now. There's no tax increase coming, not here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, thank you. And I just wanted to, not that I'm calling Mr. Dorsey out, but I know that we talked on Monday, and Mr. Dorsey definitely wants to have a education committee meeting sooner than later. So, Mr. Dorsey, maybe that's something to consider, as Mr. Gammon said, put a date on the wall kind of
Well,
thing.
that's something that needs done, because what I said about the education meeting is we need to schedule that as soon as school's out, and I pretty much went over what I want us to do in that, but this is something that needs taken care of ahead of that. You know, we need to know this before school's out.
Got it. I agree. So maybe, Mr. Dorsey, we can discuss that and get a meeting set sooner than later? Okay. Democracy in action, folks. How about that? Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the.
Mr.
Mr. Dorsey
Bashir,
said there's nothing in mine.
no, I think I hear something ticking.
It could be.
I think, Jody, I think we have some more signed up. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Toth, how are you?
We are to a certain point, but there's some things that happen that we can't get that information till the day of, and it's hard to make a decision.
We don't manage day-to-day operations.
Yeah, we don't micromanage. You pay their salary,
it's
we
not
manage.
how it
it.
works.
Not the micro side.
Mrs. Toth, please continue.
Are you saying that we don't care? No, I'm asking you, are you saying that we don't care?
I'm saying there has been no action.
I've missed 10 meetings in 31 years. I care about these kids. I bleed black and gold.
Words. Let's see some action.
I'm one of 9.
I'm just saying. I'm not just.
I'm going to defend my position on this board. I was elected by the people for 31 years, 7 terms. There's a reason for that.
You're a whole.
And we're working as a whole. We don't agree with all the time, but we're working as a whole. And I'm defending my fellow board members who some I disagree with wholeheartedly sometimes. But we are working on a goal to do what we can to help the teachers, the district survive. And I made some good points. They made some good points tonight. We have a surplus. Yeah, well, everybody else is laying off. We're not. We're keeping that. So I take pride in what I do, and I think everybody else here does. I mean, I might be the only one running my mouth, but they all don't care as far as I'm concerned. As I said, and I meant that, in 31 years elected 7 times, this is the most workable board I've ever been on, to where we don't agree to everything, but we find a way. But it doesn't happen in one day. It takes weeks sometimes. Will I be wrong? Board members?
No, you're right.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I guess maybe I'm taking it too seriously.
Todd, you're not privileged to, you're not privileged to a lot of discussions that go on in between the meetings. You don't know what we are doing and what we are taking care of. You weren't here Monday, and there was discussions on, okay, but there was discussions on bullying. That was addressed. And problems with discipline. That was addressed. And questioning why teachers who are trying to handle discipline send people to the office and they get sent right back to the classrooms. That is a major issue. Those are the things that we do need addressed, and we need to do it as a team. So things are being done.
I totally agree. The handbooks weren't passed out till the middle of the school year. Do we have a timeline as to when the 26, 27 handbook will go out? Can it go out September when the kids start school? I'm just asking.
Should be.
Because the parents and the kids don't know the rules if they don't have the handbook.
Thank you. And I mean, I don't want to belabor the point, but there's a lot of great things happening in this district. And, you know, in any district, you're going to have issues. And I think, again, as my colleagues have said, things come up daily, and sometimes it comes at us fast and furious, and it's hard to keep up. But I think every one of my colleagues has this district's best interest in mind, and it's a privilege to sit up here with them. Jody? Is yours. Could you use the mic? I'm sorry.
So he was on social probation from I think May 9th to the 16th. And tickets went off sale May 12th. So when I went to get the tickets, I was told he's not in good standing. He cannot get the tickets. So talked to the principal. She said he cannot go due to his grades. I have all of his grades right here. If you guys want to see. They're not the greatest, but they're passing. He might have a class that's not passing. He has 32 credits. I just don't know why. It's just a harsh punishment. He wants to go to prom. He really does.
Mr. President, may I interject?
Yes.
Mr. Elders, you seem to be a little nervous. Would you like to speak to the board in executive session? You may have to talk. You may be able to.
This is my first time here. So.
I understand that. It seems like that, but what I'm saying, if you'd like to speak to just us
yeah.
after this meeting, I would be glad to listen to you. Then maybe you can, I know you probably want to say more.
Yeah.
I get it.
I do, yeah.
It's okay with you. I don't want to change. If you want to keep going,
No,
that's
Yeah,
fine.
Mr. Brashear, that's an excellent point, and just sidebarring with Jeremy, our plan is to move into executive session after the regular meeting, so yes, we can, if you're willing to stay and do that, we can do that.
Yeah, we don't want to seem like we're in court.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
To judge people, but it's only going to be us, and we're not bad people. You can probably speak more freely there.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I have a lot more that is a little personal, you know. So
yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jody. Mr. McBurney, did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I want to start with Monday tonight's meeting and the reaction to some of the speakers was totally unprofessional and biased. Because one individual got attitude and hostility when another individual later on asked the same questions, different wording, and it was like they were presenting you with roses. That's bias. As far as not being able to do anything outside of those 2 nights a month, that's baloney. Because as the board members, you guys are entitled to, or are supposed to implement the policies and make sure policies are being enforced, and everything's the blame game and passing the buck. And the ball's getting dropped somewhere, because I will use my example. I emailed the superintendent. She said it got passed on to the elementary school principal. I still have yet to hear back anything about that email, other than the response from the superintendent stating as such. So, and you guys are able to launch investigations into the matters, and the fact that it takes 30 days, it's the same issues, meeting in, meeting out. I've heard the same thing every single meeting, and no process, no forward motion. We're doing this, we're working on that. It's as simple as putting policies in place and enforcing them. About, like, for the email I'm referring to was my kindergartner coming home stating that his teacher announced to the class that you're not allowed to kiss each other in class. Why weren't the parents notified about that being an announcement? That's something we should know so we can also deal with it at home. There's no accountability taken by oneself or anything. They don't discipline half the time on anything. So when is something actually going to get started? Instead of saying excuses. That's all I hear is excuses and no action. You guys have plenty of room and plenty of freedom to look into these matters in depth. Most of them, there's physical chronologization. There's papers that you can read everything that was said, so you can make sure that everything was checked into. So I don't see any action, and I see the same thing and the same thing being said, meeting in, meeting out. And I want to close with, when is it safe and all right for students to be climbing over the dashboard of the bus while it's sitting at railroad tracks, waiting to go across, and climbing over the bus driver? I get it, it stopped, but there shouldn't be students sitting on that dashboard. I have a photo of children on bus 23. There's part, and he stopped right before the train tracks, and there's students on the dashboard climbing over the bus driver, and when is that okay?
Thank you, Mr. McBride. Again, I don't want to speak for my colleagues, but now that we're aware of these issues, this is something that, again, if we're finding out about it tonight, I'm sure there'll be some follow-up discussions.
And when you say, now that we are aware, that hits the nail on the head with a lot of these things. Yes, there is a problem with bullying in general. Specific things, though, we do not know about, like the bus incident there.
Right.
I know nothing about it, and other things. Unless it gets communicated to us, we don't know.
Right. And to be completely fair, even Dr. Martin probably, this is something that maybe you aren't even aware of at this point.
I took the note about bus 23, and I will look into that tomorrow with Malacker.
That's the one. That is the bus that I complained about for 3 months. Now, I have made many comments, what I see. I come up here twice a day, I see things. That bus, the kids are sitting on bus driver's lap. Okay, no problem. It doesn't look good. I pass this on.
Should never be a kid sitting on a bus.
Manager of the bus lines, still driving. Okay, told, you can't, tell the kids you can't sit on my lap. It doesn't look good. I brought it up. I drive up here for a living. That's my job. I see. I see, and what I see, I don't make up. I turn it in. I turn in my own employees, because I don't care. It's the safety of these children, and I say, I saw that. Railroad, I've seen what the gentleman was talking about. I see the bus stops. I see what happens. It's about accountability. It's what it is, and I've been saying that, so I probably better just be quiet. Mr. Dorsey?
Mr. Gluman.
No.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Toth.
This is a comment period.
This-
We apologize, but this is comments, not question and answer. I apologize.
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, my name is Heath Blumack. I'm a graduate of Brownsville High School, and I have 2 children in the district. I just want to say that there are many issues in the district that I'm not aware of, and I understand you guys are doing your best to deal with them. When I heard about the AP class cuts, I heard about it this evening for the first time, and that's something that deeply concerns me. I want to make sure that well, first of all, I saw a couple of you, but at the National Honor Society induction ceremony a couple of weeks ago, there was a disturbingly low number of students on the stage. And I want to make sure that we're spending as much time and effort on the top 10% as we are the bottom 10% of our district. It's something that's very important to me. We need to breed more doctors, lawyers, engineers. You know, we have to be the top of our field. Otherwise, people are going to leave. I mean, if my kids can't get a proper education here, there's no reason to stay in the district. And, you know, they have to be prepared for secondary education. They have to be prepared for life. From the top to the bottom, we need to be prepared for life. But I just hope you consider my comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
Well said.
I'd like to concur to his comments, and I'll say it again as I said Monday night. I've always been athletically minded. What do we do for the students who are highly intelligent? We needed a club or something to bring back all the students from 1967 that made something out of their life. Some of them are bankers, some of them own a baseball team. They graduated here. But we spend more money on everything else, and it's partly my fault, the rest of us. The good students, what do we do for them? These AP courses are needed. There's no question. This is a start. And I think this board is inclined, and I know they're inclined to look at that. Director Gammon, the president of the board, we're looking at that seriously. I know it might not seem like that, but these are the good students. Because I've always said, if you're bullied in kindergarten, you're going to be bullied all the way through 12th grade. It doesn't stop unless we stop it. You see something, you say something. So, I know the gentleman's comments were very good and truthful. So, we got to start looking at our, I don't want to say super, I don't know what I would call you guys, but you're very intelligent. So we need to spend some money. That's all I can say. Thank you, Mr. President, for letting me speak again.
Ms. Columbia.
All right, Dr. Hawkins, I promise this is the last thing I want to say, but before our seniors graduate or our juniors graduate, I just wanted to comment that we did something unique this year, and we played a high school softball game in front of the student body. And I'd like to commend Mrs. Stout, the high school teachers, and our security. It was an absolutely phenomenal event. It was an event. The students were extremely well behaved. They were actually, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I thought it was gonna be a disaster. And it was not. It was outdoors where I thought it was gonna, they were cheering for our players. And the high school kids, even at the end of the game, cleaned the garbage under the bleachers. It was a phenomenal event. Kudos to Mrs. Stout, the teachers, security, everyone who was involved. It was awesome. Okay, I'm done, Dr. Mahal.
No, it's fine. Yes, and I did hear great things about that
it
event
was
as
phenomenal.
well. So thank you. I agree. And back to Mr. Glumack's comments. This is something that I think we've been talking about as a board, that public education is moving in a direction where, you know, students have, believe it or not, have options. And you're right. I mean, they can go and seek other opportunities. And it's something that Mr. Gammon and I actually agree on is that, you know, we want to keep the students here, and what can we do to make that happen? So, really great comments tonight, and I can assure you that we are going to continue that conversation and try to make it absolutely right for our students. So thank you all for some really great public comments. Dr. Martin, any remarks? I know that a lot was said already, so there might not be anything to add.
Before you speak, Dr. Martin.
Oh,
okay. You have one more thing, Mr. Bashir?
I want to say that for 7 years, we had different administration. This is a new administration now, and I'm not always agree with Dr. Martin, but she's in damage control. The previous administration overspent, put us back 10 years, in my opinion. In my opinion, although there's good thing we're coming back. But that person's gone now. I'm not allowed to mention his name, so I won't. But I could. And some of you should know who he was. But went through $11 million. Okay? There's a lot more to my story, but I'm not going to get into it. The superintendent now is in damage control, trying to fix everything. If I'm wrong, any board members interject. I don't always agree with her. She knows that. But she's in damage control, trying to fix everything every day. In fact, I've seen her out there even directing traffic. Can't do that. You're superintendent of schools. But she's done it. So go ahead. Do your thing. I shut up. I'm leaving.
Congratulations again to our softball team. Wonderful season, and we're so proud. All of our students who were here tonight, PJAS, our students who stood up and spoke so eloquently and so to the point and matter of fact about something that's passionate to your heart, which is in fact academics, and it is refreshing to be able to put academics first, and we are, and this board is hyper supportive of it. We have a literacy initiative in place, and we've looked at dual enrollment classes, and I assure you, I have put my eyes on this coursework, and I have given it all of my time and energy, even my personal time and energy, because it's my passion. So we are working it out. There is almost nothing that can't be worked out, honestly. We might have to get creative, but that's our job. And as I say all the time, 1,000 times a day, we work for kids, and that's our motto. So it will be rectified. It is actively happening. Ms. Stout is all over it on her end. It's just a process, but we're getting there. So again, thank you. You're what it's all about, and I appreciate all of the public comments tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, I would like to entertain a motion to move into executive session to talk about student discipline. Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second over here. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? We will be back momentarily. Thank you.